Penalty on Queens did not come through the gate. Queens takes it away. Here's Stanton Johnson. Flips it on to Lebo Nguyen. Now to the far side, Mitch McCartney. Lot of speed from McCartney. Does he have what it takes to beat the back line? He does. McCartney running away and puts it down for a try. With 54 seconds on the clock, Mitch McCartney takes over the match. And it's 50-0 Queens. Ashley Hodge plays it in, wins it. Took a brunt of a hit from behind. And the Spartans just have to cede territory. That was Abby Tobias getting in and laying down the law. Sierra Titus taken for the spin cycle. Royals get the ball back quickly off the breakdown. Michaela Tatum, what a move. Fancy footwork from number 13, and it's 5 more for the Royals. Tatum, ball shotgunned out of the ruck. Taken down hard, Karen Lee on the tackle. And now a penalty against North Carolina. Queens arguably within range of the penalty, and it's Bridget Melke right now. The fly half, very good kicker from conversions. Did not see any attempts for a penalty in the first match against Lander here at Dixon Field. Perhaps Melke will try for 3. She does indeed. And it's good. And Bridget Melke has given the Royals a 3-0 lead. We'll go back to Dixon Field, everyone. Brett Williams and former collegiate rugger, current assistant coach for Charlotte Tigers Rugby, Robert McCachran, here with you. Thanks for being with us. Royals dominating the Catamounts on the scoreboard 34-5 with just under 26 minutes, I should say, remaining in the game. Scrum coming inside the Catamounts 22, awarded to Western Carolina, however, after the Royals knock on. They'll win it. Trying to gain some ground here. No kicking as of yet. Now loose. Still loose and picked up by Queens. And they'll get a try out of it. What a surge. Flanker Kia Pittman gets it this time.
Yeah, I've surprisingly seen both teams, when they've been inside their 22, really not kicked it out, decided to go out and with their backs and try to get it out of their own zone, and that's proved costly to actually both teams. Western Carolina made a few mistakes in the first half. They weren't able to capitalize on those, but interesting decision by both teams not to get it out, and it cost Western Carolina theirs. Number 7, Kia Pittman, was able to almost walk it in. Unforced error once again by Western Carolina is costing them on the scoreboard.
Conversion no good, and Tori Wilson couldn't do much but shrug her shoulders and laugh due to the wind. Hard to get any kick in the air in any positive direction. To that point, that could be a reason why Western Carolina reluctant to free kick there, unable to control it where they want it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't believe, Tori Wilson is their starting kicker. I believe she's come on here a few times and kicked and not really done very well. So it's more like an I attempted. See how it goes. Some of these could be some injuries to some players or either that the coaches.
And Tori Wilson has come in for a conversion here or there throughout the season. Asia Peterson's seen a few. Of course, the main fly half, Bridget Melke, not in the lineup today. She's the backs captain. Fellow captain for the forwards, Bella Elenis, also not in the lineup today. Well, Melke had one of the tries against Coastal Carolina Friday night, so also could be rest.
Yeah, I'm sure this is great to see, for Coach Katie. Just coming out here and seeing, who's going to step up and be a leader when, your backs captain and forwards captain is in the game. Obviously, you have Asia Peterson in there as your main captain, but, who's going to step up for the backs and who's going to step up in the forwards, to really be those leaders. So this is a great time just for Katie to see who's stepping up as a leader for in the future.
Only 2 more regular season matches the rest of the way for Queens. Again, we mentioned Charlotte comes here to Dixon Field next week. The following Saturday, Queens will visit Appalachian State to finish out the Carolinas Conference Matrix. And then it's on to the playoffs. Just 2 rounds. The top 4 seeds make it. Semifinals will be held on St. Patrick's Day, Saturday, March 17th, with the top 2 seeds hosting. Queens undefeated, sitting at the top of the conference right now, trying to lock that in. They have clinched a playoff berth as one of those top 4 seeds with the win over Coastal. And regardless of what happens in the semis, the championship match will be held here at the Queens Sports Complex on Saturday, March 24th.
This is great support here by Queens. You're getting 3 people in the ruck almost every time and allowing the scrum half to sort of set up the offense and get it out where they want it to go. And they've been slowly and methodically moving up the field. Also some great runs by the forwards. Sometimes players just take it off the back foot, but these Queens players just running onto it full speed and gaining meters slowly but surely.
Lauren Page flips it along, a little cross back and forth. Taking it there for the Royals, Grace Ryberick.
Queens have been really good at their switches as well. And, putting the defense on their back foot a little bit. They've been playing some really good rugby throughout this entire match. This Peterson, again, being hard to bring down.
Just dragging Foutrier. A little reversal by the Royals. Opportunity to get an open space. Good tackle from behind.
Another great switch there in the back line. Just making it look easy out there. This Queens, and the switches and those fancy plays, those forwards really don't get into that, but these backs, when they get out there in space and do their switches and loops, other plays like that, it sometimes look really pretty and beautiful rugby to watch.
Well, that's what Katie Wurst always talks about. Wants to make this sport fun to watch, a fun style, a balanced style of rugby. And she and the Royals have really treated their fans to some awesome games here at home. Royals 3-1 on the season on Dixon Field. All 3 of those wins coming via blowout. The one loss again to Life, national powerhouse. Won the last 2 years, the D1 elite level. Doesn't get any better than that. So by no means a bad loss for Queens. And the other loss to Notre Dame College on the road, a former D2 national champion. So Queens has really gone toe-to-toe with some excellent competition, and anyone below them, it hasn't even been close.
Yeah, Brett, a lot of teams lose to Life. Man, that women's side, so that's nothing to really hang your head on. That's sort of the norm a lot of times, so they don't play in the elite level teams. So nothing to hang their head on there. And they're looking great, like you said, in conference play and here on the field. And another conference game against Western Carolina.
Catamounts with 3 more games on the docket after this. They will face Coastal next, followed by College of Charleston, another tough game, and then finish the Holy City back-to-back, taking on the Citadel to close down the regular season. Western Carolina certainly in the mix for one of those top 4 seeds, again sitting at 4-2 in conference play coming into today. Could very well see this again here at Dixon Field if this becomes the 1-4 matchup.
Queens just slowly and methodically moving up the field. Sometimes people can say this is boring rugby, but just keeping it in the forwards, and then once you get the defense sucked in, you try to get it out wide for a mismatch. And they're doing that really well right now, switching sides of the field. Sometimes they say you want to go left all the way to the right, then go back, but sometimes switching the field in the middle is okay as well. And it's sort of taking Western Carolina defensively, having a little trouble with it.
On the breakout, Pittman flips it along. Now Tori Wilson controls. Good catch from the prop.
The thing that you love is a lot of programs sometimes they want to get that home run hit, just run it straight through, get it all the way out to the wing and see what happens. But here they're being really, Queens is being very patient. The key word I've been saying this whole game is just patience. You don't have to go fast. The scrum half is doing really well, getting up to the ruck quickly, seeing what our options are, and then getting it out. So you can find maybe the best hole or the best option, the mismatch they can exploit. That's all you ask for if you're a scrum half. Just get there, communicate with your team, where you want them to go, where you want them to set up at, and great job in support. Here's looks like Queens is going to get the try. It's 21, Abby Berberick. I believe she's the starting hooker, and now in this game coming on as a sub. But great job there. Like I said, the scrum half just being the floor general for this team right there, and just getting a line. Some support was big. At least 3 ruckers every time in for Queens. That's what you need to do, especially on 15s, is secure the breakdowns. you're going to have 100, 200, sometimes even 300 of those in every game. Just being able to secure the breakdowns makes it so much easier for your offense. If you're not securing those breakdowns, then there could be some big counter rucks that can really, you can get you a little panicky. Scrum half, like, I need to get this out quick, and just sometimes toss it out there. But support was there great, locking it down, and she was just able to lead her team wherever she wanted them to go and just almost picking out the mismatches. And great try there, and team try there by Queens. They just marched the ball right down the field.
Good looking kick on the conversion attempt by Grace Rybrick, but it does miss wide. So it'll stay at 44-5, the score in favor of the Royals. And another effective adjustment, we started this abbreviated audio broadcast, if you will. And again, apologize for you folks who've been with us the whole game, did not get audio in the first half. Again, we're glad we're with you here in half number 2. But we talked about Maddie D'Olivera making the adjustment from fullback to scrum half today. So I think it's great praise coming from you, the fact that she's able to control things and really set up those team tries, as you put it, in a situation like this.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think Coach Katie has actually made an adjustment, and Abby Sendejas has actually moved over to the scrum half position. As you see her now leading her team, it seems like. So more, yeah, it is her. So she's, Coach Katie definitely making all kinds of adjustments coming out at halftime here, and it's seemed to be paid off. But yeah, Maddie did very well as well. I mean, the scoreline you saw there in the half, at the end of the half, was still very surmountable. So she's been doing a great job as well. So both these players coming in here, probably not being the first choice scrum halves, but coming in here and playing admirably at the scrum half position in place of Abby Tobias.
Abby Berberich almost broke away for another try. So it was brought down right about midfield. Now Queens pushing into Catamount territory once again with 16 minutes to go, 44-5. The Royals lead it. That's a knock on. Thought they might have missed it for a second, but the whistle came.
Yeah, but this is a great thing for Coach Katie West here, just to see that she's got depth at the scrum half position. Like I said, probably the hardest position to play in rugby with all the things going on. You have to do offensively as well as defensively as well. There's still a vital role defensively as well as telling your players where they need to be on defense and shifting them for mismatches and player things like that. So just great for her, I'm sure, to see that she has two, seems like, very viable options at the scrum half in case of an injury, not just to Abby Tobias, but maybe at the 10 position as well. You know, just to know that you can move Abby out there as well. A lot of position moves that seem to be paying off well, knowing that it's a great thing for West just to be able to know that, you know, I've got a lot of options in different places.
Abby Sendejas, one of the newcomers, as I mentioned, partway into the season. She's a freshman from Waxhaw, North Carolina, just down the road. Ran track in high school, able to bring that speed to the pitch. As we tick down under 15 minutes to go. Ruck on the far side of the pitch. Katie Wurst animated on the sideline. Royals look to break out. Sydney Washington enters. Now Asia Peterson breaks some tackles. Peterson in open space, breaks another one. Fullback has had no answer for Asia Peterson today, but now eventually brought down from behind, and that is not the first time that we've seen Celine Foutrier chase a Royals runner down and bring her down from behind. Tori Wilson flips it along. Now here's Victoria Palma on the one bounce. That goes backward. No knock on called for obvious reasons. Barreling toward the try zone. The Royals close in there again, and they have it. 49-5 the score. And coming out of the bottom of that pile, that's Maddie D'Olivera once again.
Yeah, Maddie D'Olivera, not the biggest player on the pitch, but definitely right there with a good fend and stiff arm there to bully her way into the try zone against a much bigger opponent or tackler as well. So good hard running there. Not only does she have some speed, pace, and some cuts, but she's got a little bit of power in there too.
Let's see who the Royals send out for this conversion. It'll be Rybrick again. Hooked it wide left the first time. Again, Western Carolina has just not been able to sustain anything territorially as the second half's gone on. Hasn't really had a whole lot in the game overall.
Yeah, they really haven't seen much of the ball this second half. We saw them had a little more possession and able to do a little bit more things in the first half, but so far the adjustments made by Queens has really showed dividends here and aren't really maintaining possession whatsoever.
Just a bit short from Rybrook. It looked good off the foot, but not to be. 49-5 Royals, just under 12 and a half to play.